must think he know it all.
Yo, it's your boy Ben Miami. You are now tuned into another episode of The Wise Guy Podcast. First and foremost, we are now entering Week 12 in the NFL, and I just want to talk about some trending topics that's going on in the league today. So, firstly, let's talk about the Jets. At the beginning of the season, the Jets were basically all in. They went and traded for Aaron Rodgers, and he's coming off his torn Achilles he suffered last year. And they went and got Mike Williams. They went and got Hassan Reddick. It was basically Super Bowl or bust for the Jets this year. It took 4 weeks for it to explode. 4 weeks. The Jets were 2-2 after losing to the Denver Broncos on a late game field goal. And Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, had a meeting with Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas and said that he thinks that they should bench Aaron Rodgers. Mind you, they are 2-2. He thinks they should bench Aaron Rodgers and start Tyrod Taylor. Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas basically looked at this man like he was crazy and said, why would we bench Aaron Rodgers? It would look horrible for the team, first off, and all the players that are around him and everything, all the players that are rooting for him, all the players that want to see him do this and that, and we're just going to bench him after we have one bad game and we're 2-2. Mind you, the Aaron Rodgers just played the Patriots. He had a good game. That was probably his best game of the season when he played against the Patriots, and Woody Johnson already wants to bench him. Season keeps going on, and boom, Woody Johnson fires Robert Saleh, and then they put the defensive coordinator as the coach, and they move Nathaniel Hackett and they new OC. Okay, boom, they keep going, they keep losing games. Boom, they trade for Davante Adams. They trade for Davante Adams, thinking all this stuff that they're going through is going to change, and it's not changing. Mind you, their defense is not the defense that it was last year or the years prior. Their defense is playing horrible. It's playing dog shit, horrible. And I think a big factor is Robert Saleh not being there. He had that defense humming when he was there. He was a defensive-minded coach. So I feel like it was crazy that just off of the couple weeks that they automatically fired Robert Saleh, not even giving him the full year. So a couple weeks go by. They trade for Davante Adams. They only won one game with Davante Adams. And keeps going by, keep losing. Boom, fire Joe Douglas. Then it comes out that all this stuff is happening that, you wanted Aaron Rodgers to be benched. You wanted to start Tyrod Taylor. After week 4, you were the head of, you pushed the Davante Adams trade. You pushed the Hassan Reddick for his contract and everything. I mean, basically, yeah, Aaron Rodgers was the reason that Robert Saleh got fired since all this other stuff came out. So it has to be the reason, but we all thought the reason was that, he wanted to bench Aaron. He wanted Aaron Rodgers to get benched. No, whole thing was Woody Johnson over here wanted Aaron Rodgers to get benched. So now we're at the point where Aaron Rodgers might be on his last leg. He's not looking the same. I don't know why we keep giving these little comparisons with, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning. They all left somewhere and did great things, went to the Super Bowl. Joe Montana went to the AFC Championship with the Chiefs. Tom Brady, we know what he did, but none of these niggas tore their fucking Achilles at 40 and tried to come back. So what are we talking about here? It's obvious that Aaron Rodgers is not looking the same. He can't stand in place. He can't move at all. And that O-line is horrendous. The defense is not good at all. It's bottom tier, the team effort, first off. I understand that Aaron Rodgers has been playing how he's supposed to be playing, but you have Breece Hall, you have Garrett Wilson, you have Davante Adams, you have all these other players, and you have all these players on defense too. You have all these stars on your team, and to not produce over 4 wins is insane to me. Are we going to get what Brett Favre did with his career? He went to the Jets and then he went to the Vikings. Are we going to get that happen? But I don't know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. Not looking too good at all. They're on a bye week this week, so that just gives them time to reflect, I guess. But the Jets are a mess. I feel like Woody Johnson needs to sell the team because it looks like they're going to have a whole rebuild. Next, I want to talk about the Packers. So the Packers are just coming off beating the Bears in a crazy thriller of a divisional rival game. They have a tough opponent this week. Well, I thought a tough opponent. Even though that Brock Purdy's out of the game and Nick Bosa's out of the game, I've seen the Packers lose to Jimmy Garoppolo only throwing 8 passes in the NFC Championship and Raheem Mostert running all over our defense. So that Brock Purdy be out of the game really doesn't make me feel comfortable about this game at all, due to the fact that I know our history against the 49ers, and it's not good. Like, I remember last time we played the 49ers, I feel like we should have won that game, but Jordan Love rolls to the right, throws across his body to 3 defenders, and ends the game. Like, it just gives me, every time we play the 49ers, it gives me PTSD. Like, even when we had Aaron Rodgers, I can just vividly remember Colin Kaepernick running all over our defense. So many moments with the 49ers. So I hope that this Sunday will be our day that we can just blow them out. I feel like I want Jordan Love to throw 4 touchdowns, 300 yards. I want Josh Jacobs to have a 100-yard game, a touchdown. I just want everybody to go crazy. I want to give crazy belt to ass to this team, because the way they had me last time, boy, it wasn't a fun time at all. If the 49ers lose this game, it could be very bad for them, due to the fact that NFC West, it's like a dogfight. The Seahawks, 49ers, and Rams are, all 3 of them are 5-5 right now. And then we have the Cardinals at the top of the division at 6-4. Mind you, the Cardinals and the Seahawks play each other, so that can go either way. And whoever wins that game can be at the top of their division. And then we have the 49ers about to play the Packers in Lambeau Field without their star quarterback and their star edge. So it's going to be hard for the 49ers due to all these injuries and everything that just keeps happening with the 49ers. Do you think that the 49ers window is closing for a Super Bowl? Christian McCaffrey, he's just coming back, but he's playing off injuries. Debo's hurt every 2 to 3 games. George Kittle, he's playing, but he's hurt. Brock Purdy, he's out because he's hurt. Nick Bosa's hurt. So it just seems like and even when they have their pieces, it seems like they're still losing games. And talking about the Bears and the Packers, I feel like that the Bears, they have some good things to, even though they lost that game, they did everything possible for them to win that game. Caleb Williams was like 3rd and 19. He weeded the defender trying to tackle him, went through a 14-yard dot, then went and converted the 4th down, got him in the field goal range. Didn't do any mistakes that game. He was aggressive. He was yelling at Matt Eberflus to go for it on 4th down. There's a lot of good things to show. I think that the Bears have a franchise quarterback. And you have Rome out there. You got Keenan Allen when he's healthy out there. Swift was looking good. He had like 70 yards on the Packers. DJ Moore, the number 1. If they can all get that clicking, they'll be good. I just feel like it's a coaching thing with them. But the defense is pretty straight, even though that the Packers went all the way down on them when they needed to. But, we have a pretty good offense. Just Jordan Love needs to limit his interceptions and everything. But other than that, I just feel like the Bears, they ignited that rivalry back. I feel like it's going to be fun watching Bears versus Packer rivalry games in the future. And the Bears really had me on the edge of my seat, because I really thought that they were going to beat us. Beating the Bears 10 times in a row, I really thought that it was going to be the day. I was texting people I was like, dang, is today going to be the day? And I was just scared, and I was like, there's no way they really did this. Especially when up top Keyshawn Nixon, I'm like, bruh, is today going to be the day? Is today going to be the day? One thing about the Bears, they're gonna bear. And watching the reaction to the missed field goal was amazing too. Just hope that the Packers beat the 49ers. Jordan Love looked good against the Bears, even though he threw that 1 interception. He looked very good. Christian Watson looked good. We have the receivers that each one can have a big game out of nowhere. So it's hard to pick which one for fantasy. Just to let y'all know, the Bears really had us on the ropes, but they know who Big Bro is. After that, I want to talk about the NFC West. Like I said, the Rams, Seahawks, and the 49ers are all tied 5-5, and the Arizona Cardinals are 6-4. Crazy, because the 49ers are just coming off a Super Bowl appearance when they lost against the Chiefs, and they're now 5-5, and they have a chance to go last in their division if they lose against the Packers. And it's just crazy. I don't know who's going to come out of this division. The 49ers is scary, because they can get clicking at it anyway, and they have all the star power to do it. They have a gauntlet of a team, like a juggernaut. So it's going to be tough to see who comes out that division. Even the Cardinals are really doing good. Kyler Murray's doing good. Their defense is playing well. James Conner, Marvin Harrison Jr. So it's gonna be interesting to see who comes out of that division. But I really think that the 49ers still have a chance to come out of the division. I hope they don't. I don't fuck with the 49ers. Fuck the 49ers, actually. But after that, I want to talk about Daniel Jones. So if you didn't know, Daniel Jones just got released by the New York Giants. Daniel Jones had a record of 22 wins and 44 losses with the New York Giants, and 1 tie. I never really thought as Daniel Jones as a franchise quarterback. He had that one playoff run where he only won one game, but he got the Giants to the playoffs, what really got him that big contract he got. And they ended up sticking with him instead of sticking with Saquon Barkley, which was crazy to me. Still to this day, I think it's crazy to a lot of people. But they finally make the change. They release him, and they're starting Danny DeVito. Days ago in practice, they had him playing safety. They had Daniel Jones playing safety, which is crazy to me. Ultimate disrespect. So happy that boy got out of there because they weren't treating him right at all. Even though that I don't know where he's going to go. I feel like he'll be a good backup somewhere, probably like the 49ers or even the Eagles. He'll be a good backup somewhere. I don't know where there's any places that he could be a starter at right now. Maybe the Raiders, but they're not going to win anything. Like, they're not going to. I don't know anywhere he can go where he can really compete to win anything, to be honest, because I never really thought he was a game changer or anything. I never really thought as Daniel Jones to be that guy. And I always wondered why they paid him that much. Next, I want to talk about the top 10 teams in the NFL right now. My list is first, I got the Lions. They're on like an 8-game win streak. Even though they're the top of the NFC North right now and there are rivals there, they've been blowing out teams, doing teams dirty, like crazy dirty. Jared Goff just threw like 4 touchdowns. This is Jags. They got pieces everywhere. Jabo just came back. Amar St. Brown. The 2 guys in the backfield, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs. The defense is like that, even though they play dirty. It's just like they're going to be a hard team to stop, but I just can't wait to see them again. Can't wait to see them again. After that, I got the Bills. They just took down the Chiefs, so that just goes to show. And they're on like a 6-game win streak right now. The record is 9-2. They're at the top of the division, and they've been playing really good football. And Josh Allen is probably like leading or 2 in the MVP race right now. So Chiefs, they're number 3. They only lost 1 game. They still have a lot of pieces. Patrick Mahomes, D-Hop, Travis Kelce, and they haven't played their best ball yet, and they only lost 1 game. Then I have after that the Eagles, a lot of pieces on that team. They still haven't played their best ball too, just like the Chiefs. And those corners on defense been playing really good. The one corner, 27, I forget his name, he's been playing really good. Then Cooper DeJean, he's been playing well. The other white boy been playing well. Then you add that with Slay. They're going to be scary in the playoffs to see. After that, I got the Ravens. Even though they just lost to Pittsburgh, they still got Lamar Jackson, which I think should be leading the MVP race right now. And after that, I got Pittsburgh. Defense is amazing. Mike Tomlin, George Pickens, Russell Wilson. They can switch it up too. They got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. So, and their defense is amazing. TJ Watt. Even though they just lost to the Cleveland Browns in that game, that was a really good game too. They're still at top of the division, and they just beat the Ravens, and they're gonna cause some problems, but they can't beat teams by making field goals. They're not gonna be able to beat Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, all these other players. They're not gonna be able to beat these quarterbacks and teams by just making field goals. They gotta make touchdowns. So, but they're gonna make the playoffs, and they might cause like a problem in the playoffs too. After that, I got the Vikings. Then I have the Packers. Then I have the Commanders, and then I have the Arizona Cardinals. Lastly, I want to talk about my MVP frontrunners. First, I got Lamar Jackson. He right now has 2,876 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions, playing a very efficient ball. Throwing a touchdown every game, only has 3 picks. He's been playing very efficient ball. I feel like he should be number 1 right now. After that, I have Josh Allen. Josh Allen, he has 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and 2,543 passing yards. Another person that's been playing very good ball. He just knocked off the undefeated Chiefs, and they're going to cause some problems. They're at the top of the division, and he's been playing very good. I think he's cut down the interception problem, the bonehead decisions he used to make, and I just can't wait to see how he does in the playoffs. After that, I have to put him there. I have Joe Burrow, who has 27 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and 3,028 yards. He's been balling out his mind. If you look at his record, you'll be like, whoa, why is his record this? I think it's bad coaching. He's coming off of games where he's throwing 5 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. Passer rating 108, passer rating 115. Like, the stuff that he is doing right now is just crazy. You have his record is not what it is right now, he's the MVP front runner. And if Jamar Chase is the Triple Crown winner, he's leading in everything: receptions, targets, yards, touchdowns, everything. Jamar Chase is leading everything. He's been balling crazy. That dynamic deal was crazy. And their record to beat what it is right now, 4-7. Fire Zach Taylor. Get him out of there. What the fuck is he doing? Tell that nigga to kick rocks. Then I have Jared Goff. Like I said, they've been playing very efficient ball. Jared Goff has 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 2,492 passing yards. Even though he had those 5 interceptions, he's still been playing very efficient ball. I just feel like he's not going to win it due to the fact that this team is very good and they can win without him. They can win a lot of games without him. That they can win running the ball. They can win playing lockdown defense. It's just like that's a very good team. But Jared Goff is managing the game very well. He's just coming off a game where he threw 412 yards and 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions with an 82 completion rate. Jared Goff's been playing out his mind, but I don't know. Because, like, there's some games that he only threw 85 passing yards and has 3 touchdowns. And it just goes to show that there's other way they can get in an end zone. There's other way they can get down the field. They just don't need Jared Goff. But I just feel like Lamar Jackson, he's a clear front runner right now. If Joe Burrow's record what it is now, he'll be the clear front runner.